everyone, and welcome to Into Enlightenment with me, Nancy Jones. I'm sorry I'm late. I think I posted 2 days ago that I was going to be doing a spiritual reading, and then we had family member change the date of arrival from Logan Airport, and so I was a little displaced picking up, which I'm so happy to have with us. And then my Reiki 2 certification class started, and then I had some other things going on with some other people that were interested in Cape Cod Healing Arts with Nina and I, and it's just been a beautiful whirlwind of healing and sharing love and vibrations. I just got through work, I rushed home, I ate, and we have a wedding to go to tomorrow, and my roots are showing, but oh well, that's just the way it is. And I pulled these cards already because I needed to save time because it's in the evening and I want to get this out. So I am using a new tarot deck, which I love. It is, well, I'm doing the Celtic cross spread, and then I've already pulled clarifiers with underlying. So that's really good. It's the Zodiac Moon reading cards. And it's really enlightening. I just connected really well with them. So what I'm going to start with is we got for your general is eclipse in Aries. And I'll go back and we'll talk about this when we come back. And then what's crossing it or obstacles in the way is the moon in Cancer. Isn't that great? And then these are the clarifiers, but which I will do when we do our clarification. And then in the overall influence is the moon in Leo. It's really amazing. And then on the underlying all of that is the sun in Scorpio. And then we have, let's move my candle. And then we have this is what is current circumstances. And this is sun in Taurus. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It's really beautiful. And then our likely outcome is eclipse in Leo. Look at that. Major transformations going on. And then, okay, I did a clarification for this. This is how you see things. And also take action. And this is eclipse in Taurus. And I did a clarification for that. And then I did a clarification for our environment, our work, our home life, family. And this is sun in Leo. There you go. And yeah. All right. Sun in Leo. And then I did sun in Gemini, which is the hopes, wishes, and fears and anxiety. And that is this clarification. And we'll go through that. And then in the overall circumstance, or what is the outcome of all of this, is eclipse in Cancer. And of course, you know, I had to do clarification with my tarot. When I do the clarifications in the tarot, I will tell you what deck they are. Okay, so let's go to what's going on general now, right? This is the eclipse in Aries. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. And it's about collaboration. And so this is really about not doing things alone, not being a loner or a lone wolf. It's a fire sign. Well, actually, Aries is one of the elemental sign for Aries is fire. And eclipse is big transformations. And if you see, there's hands holding hands around the eclipse. And an eclipse is, to me, is when the moon goes over the sun. It allows you to take a glimpse at maybe something that you don't want to see, or something that you've been running from. And it just spreads light on it. And it's so funny. Working with others, you know, is a good way to get involved in collaborations, working with the community. And that's what I feel is going on. Depending on other people, asking for help. This is what this is about. And some people find it really hard to do. Some people find it almost painful to ask for help. It almost makes them feel like they're weak if they need help from other places, you know. But going alone is even harder. And so this is what the current general circumstances of what's going on right now for this week. And I find that when you've tried to do things over and over by yourself and you're not getting any results, it may be just, you know, maybe seeking a therapist, or just talking to a friend, or talking about your fears. You know, it really can just take that pressure off. And that's what this collaboration is talking about. And it's about movement, taking action on it, not sitting in your head, you know, and thinking things will never change, right? And what is the obstacle over this is the moon in Cancer. And Cancer, there you go. Cancer is a watery sign, and that's the element, and it's in the moon, and it's dreamy. It's a sensitive, introspective phase, and it's about belonging. And it's so funny. It crosses, or the obstacle is collaborations, right? And this is the obstacle, and it's about belonging someplace, right? And really looking within. And it's okay to feel like you don't have to do it alone, you know, and that honoring yourself, and feeling a part of the family, you know, feeling a part of, maybe you're in a family dynamics where you always feel like you're left out of everything, or in a friendship, even work. It can be, you know, honoring those feelings and really looking at the truth around them. And the moon is in Cancer, so it's really about your emotions and going deep. And I did pull cards to clarify that. And then the overall influence is the moon in Leo. And let your inner hero out. And it's heroism, yeah. Let your inner hero out. Moon in Leo. So Leo is another fire sign, right? So it's like, and it's about action. And you may be a hero to somebody when they watch you asking for help and relying on others. And you may be there, somebody may be looking at you as their hero and a mentor, or someone who looks like they've got it together, and you probably do. It's just certain aspects of our lives we're not 100% in, and we don't see it sometimes. This is the moon. So the moon to me is seeing things, not seeing that somebody is looking up to you, not seeing that you're someone's hero, and maybe you're your own hero. Maybe you're the one that's had to do all the work and be your own hero, and you're not realizing it. There's so much good stuff. And then what's underlying it all is the sun in Scorpio, and a passionate, intense, mysterious phase. Look at that romance. And Scorpio, what is Scorpio? I forget. Scorpio, is Scorpio fire as well? Well, someone can message me and let me know, because right off the bat, I'm wanting to think it's emotions, but they're telling me it's not important. So, but it is important to me. A passionate, intense, or mysterious phase. Sun in Scorpio. Fire. Scorpio is fire. And passion. And I want to say, first of all, you could definitely be really come across somebody and just hit it off, and it won't matter what's going on in your life. So it's about be very careful if you're in a relationship or married, because this hot fiery sign can take over in the mind and your emotions and physical, because it's passion. It's like a kindred soul, a friendship that turns into more. But this also is about this phase within inside yourself, like your own hero, and finding what makes you passionate in your life again, and passionate about maybe you need to want to read more books about education, and that fuels your drive, what feeds your soul. This is what those passions are. But I did pull clarifiers. I think I did this one, or did I not? I did this one. I did. And Taurus. This is what. Did I do Taurus? I feel like I've done this before. Sun in Taurus. This is like a deja vu for me. Boost self-worth and finances. Sun in Taurus, and it's practicalities. And this is really about your current circumstances. So I want to say that your foundation is good, you know, as far as the light being on your finances. You may want to balance your checkbook if you haven't done that. Be careful with your overspending. Don't be, you know, stingy about it. Remember, energy, you know, money is energy, and to have respect for it, you know. And our money, it says, "In God we trust." So while you're spending it, you know, be grateful that you can spend it and say thank you. And if you need to save it and you're aware of that, remember to say thank you, right? And then we have shine brightly like the star you are, compassion. And this is eclipse in Leo. Fire, 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 right? Fire. Eclipses and water, major changes, all have to do with, you know, fire is movement, it's action, water is your emotions, deep. Eclipses are transformation, big, big, big. And so this is saying, you know, shine brightly like the star you are, and compassion. And this is about really realizing who you are. Look at that. This person's aligned. The light, the moon has come over the sun. They are together for a brief moment. They are at peace. They are one. Shine on. And that is your likely outcome of all this turmoil. So that's a really nice balance and peace if we take some action. And then I did do clarification for, this is a change of heart, eclipse in Taurus, re-evaluation. And this is how you see things and take action in present. Look at the heart, change of heart. So honestly, when you get here to this place of compassion, and you have a change of heart, and it's really about that eclipse is going to be transformational. So just so you know. And I pulled the tarots for that, so it's really good. And then 7th place on my Celtic cross, 8th place is environment, home, family, work. And this is a time of celebration and success. Sun in Leo, joy, right? And the change of heart and the compassion, and this is what's going to affect your work, family, joy, life. And I pulled tarots for that, which is really good, and underlines for each. So 7. So hopes and dreams, fears and anxieties. And this is Gemini. And this is Sun in Gemini. And this talks about hone your negotiation and relationship skills, communications. And look, you might be on a small trip. You might need to learn how to communicate a little bit better, maybe learn about communication itself, look into ways that you can get your point across in a logical way, in relationship skills. So it's really about how to talk to each other, how to negotiate. It's really good. And, look at that sun, and travel is probably going to be in the cards for that. And I pulled clarifications. And then this is your what you can expect. And this is an emotional phase or domestic development, eclipse in Cancer, and it's on acceptance. And, you know, what can I say? This is about emotions. This is about accepting things that maybe we haven't wanted to accept in our lives. And who surrenders anyway, unless there's a lot of turmoil? So we've had a change of heart. Maybe we need to accept some things, some real strong truths about ourselves and other people, and just accept things the way they are. But now let's clarify, because I love to clarify. So back over here when we have the collaboration, eclipse, you know, the whole thing, we have the moon in Cancer, and about belonging and being in a group or being with our family and friends and not feeling like left out, you know. And this is about emotions, and it's what's the obstacle is to being with people and not worrying about, you know, what do I look like? How are they gonna judge me, right? Those are collaborations and teamwork, right? You got to get through those negative thinking and fears about it, so you can have more people in your life. And so the card that I pulled, the 3 cards I pulled, oh yeah, where are they? The Field Tarot. I really like these. That's the name of it, the Field Tarot. And I pulled the 4 of Discs, which is Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles, or discs, they call them discs, which happens to be with money, and the underlying was Temperance. And so just looking at all of these, the 4 of discs is about stability. It's about your foundation is strong and your finances, and your 2 of Swords is about making decisions. And what are the decisions you need to make about your finances? You know, it's strong, and we have the 7 of Discs as well, is about facing our obstacles, right? And the 7 of Discs is about persevering. Don't give up. You know, it's about make your decision. Whatever it is about your, you know, belonging, face your fears. So what? Put yourself out there. Do it so you can be part of a collaboration, a group, like-minded people. And what's underneath it is Temperance. And she's all about balance, right? So it's not all one way and all the other way. It's balance. You know, stick your toe in. See how it feels. How's the water? You know, ask a few questions. Put yourself out there. I think if you just put yourself out there, everything will just, they just can't wait to have you be part of a collaboration of friends and family, and not feeling like they're out to get me if I give too much of myself or if I share too much of myself. So, and then I did have to clarify underlying, you know, what's underlying this, and the moon and Taurus, and the, you know, so, and what's underlying the Sun and Scorpio, that passion, man, oh my God, this is fire like you wouldn't believe. And this is burning the candle at both ends. This is about finding your passion within yourself, your true hero. You know, maybe you're the hero, maybe somebody else looks up to you as a hero and has so much passion to be like you or want to follow in your footsteps. But this is also about mysterious phases, so things that we have to look deep within our soul for, these passions and understandings, and it's pretty good. And so I had to pull the tarot cards for those, and so I pulled the Nine of Swords. All right, Nine of Swords. And I pulled the Princess of Cups. And I pulled the Three of Discs. And what this, and underlying is the High Priestess. And so the underlying is the Nine of Swords is about what I just said. It's about so much fear. Lying in bed saying, I know I got to do it, but what if? What if? What if? What if I do put myself out there and I'm rejected? What if I don't find my tribe, my soul tribe? What if? What if? And it's about facing those fears and don't believe them. And the card that abuts it is the Princess of Cups. And you know, she's got it all. She can make dreams happen. Your deepest passions, she can make this happen. She can bring it forth. Her cup is full and she's young and vibrant and she can bring this forth. And so can you. If you're a man, you can bring this forth, or if you know somebody. And then the Three of Discs is, working towards it, envisioning your dreams, facing your fears, saying, no way, I'm going to take the chance and I am going to envision my dreams and my passions. And I am going to put forth the work to do it. And it's so funny, underlying it is the High Priestess, right? And the High Priestess is about whenever I get to her, I have to take a deep breath because she's so mighty and beautiful and everything. The High Priestess is about deep inner knowing. And that's what this is about, that telling you, don't forget, go look deep. Don't let your fears block you. Don't. You've got the Princess of Cups who brings dreams. She's got it. You start dreaming and believing in it. And then the work is dreaming in it and believing in your passions. And the Priestess is, look at her. Look at her. She is just in herself and content. And she is about intuition and about compassion, and she is about knowledge, and she is about balance and looking at what your fears are so you can overcome them and just say, you know what, I don't give a crap about that. I don't know what's going to happen, right? This is what she's saying. I got you. No matter what, I've got your back. The High Priestess is like, whoa. So you're not alone in any of these. You've got two major arcana, another major arcana, another major arcana, and another major arcana. And I don't know if you have one here. No, just court cards. So your next is, which I had to pull cards on, is how you see things. Take action in the present, right? And this is about the change of heart. And this is an eclipse. This is a total eclipse of the heart. This is transformation, metamorphosis. And so what I pulled with this transformation eclipse card in Taurus, right? Reevaluating everything. You're not even going to believe this. When you do that, 10 of discs. This is like, I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole wide world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. That's what this card is, man. And then the next card is the Prince of Discs. And this is reliability. This is mean you're reliable. You're a hard worker. You have worked hard. You've worked hard for this. You worked hard for this eclipse, this big giant transformation, and you got it. You're going to get it. I know it. I just feel it. And look at, he's armored up. He's armored up. He knows how. He knows what he needs to do. He knows what he needs to do. He's a worker. He's reliable. He's somebody you can trust on, trust in, and yourself. You know, be your own hero. You can trust in yourself. You can, and you will. And then this is the Two of Discs. This is all about change, as above, so below, right? Balance. Look at that. And it's saying that is what you will have. You will have change. You will have re-evaluating. You will have the change of heart. You will know about compassion. And you will know about passion. You're going to be your own hero. And you're financially, you got it made. You've got it. And guess what? And guess what was underlying it? The Hermit. Right? The Hermit is all about you carry the light. You carry the light. People have been watching you through your change, your struggles, your education, your learning. You've been wanting to change. You've been talking about it, but just not able to do it. The Hermit has been somebody who has been studying quietly, looking at things quietly, and then coming forth with the knowledge. See? Teacher. That's what I say. Teacher, carrying the light. A mentor. And then for your environment, work, home, life, of course, I had to figure out this. This is a time of celebration, success. Sun in Leo, which is fire. And the sun is like, yay, right? Well, the cards I pulled for this was King of Discs. This man knows how to, he's powerful. He is an entrepreneur, high in finances. People look up to this person. He has built up well, he's got the world, right? Look at that. He's got the world in his lap. That's the world. And he's loving and compassionate, and he wants to teach, and he wants to share this with them, with you. So this is what this is about, you know, like celebrate this about yourself. And the Eight of Swords is about isolation. And the isolation is about, you had to isolate so you could find out what these swords were. You know, you had to study, you had to learn, you had to rest. You needed to just take a look at them. And look what happened when you did. You became powerful. And then what you've been given is the Ace of Swords. You know what it is? Clarity, understanding, intuition. Like these are gifts you get. That's under the sun, the Joy card in the Sun in Leo. And guess what was underlying it? This is the Fool, like starting out new. Look at butt naked to the world. Let them see you. Do not be afraid. You have faced some major things about yourself and what you want. So get out there and let them see you. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. That's what this card is saying. And then we have hopes and dreams. This is what this card's are in the position. Fears and anxiety, right? And this is about traveling and communication and negotiations and skills, learning skills to do that. That's what that's about, learning skills. And so underlying, I'll put them out last. So what I pulled up for that is the Seven of Swords. And then the Seven of Wands. And then the Three of Swords. And what it's telling me is that once you've done all this work and learning skills to bring forth so you can communicate what you would like, negotiate and travel, this can also be about somebody being deceptive or not being 100% truthful to you, and not being 100% communicating with you, withholding, information. It can totally be like, honey, what did you do today? Oh, nothing. Just doesn't want to talk. Doesn't want to even tell you what he did. Withholding. And, it can make us feel like, what the fuck, right? Or we could be lying to ourselves about a situation, too. That's what this is. It's a thief. It's like either somebody is stealing from us or we are lying to ourselves and stealing from ourselves. Like, I know that person said that about me. Do I want to confront her or not? Do I let it go? Do I just, take it up as I know not to trust her and I won't put myself out there again? That's what this card is also about in our everyday lives. And this is what, our hopes, our wishes, our fears, and our anxieties, right? And it's about moving forward. It's about negotiations. It's about learning new skills. It's about travel. It's about communications. And we have to learn who we are, and we have to learn, once we know totally who we are, and we know when we're lying to somebody, and we know when we're holding the truth from somebody, right? And when we do that, somebody does it back to us. And then the Seven of Wands is about valor. It's about standing your ground. It's about knowing who you are. It's about believing in your beliefs and not letting anybody change them from you. You know your soul's journey. You know who you are. You know you're your mother's daughter, your father's daughter, your grandmother's daughter, your grandfather's daughter. You know. And then underlying that, why you feel all this is because you've had heartache. You've had heartache, and it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to open up communication. It's hard to let people see you, because what? You could get hurt again. But you know what? You can't believe the lies we tell ourselves and other people. We can't, right? We got to be authentic. We have to show ourselves. And underlying that was the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords. And you know what this card, what the Four of Swords always tells me to do? It's time to rest. This has been a big, heavy read. I feel like I've been reading for one person, but maybe some people can identify. This is like, take a breather. You need to rest. This is a lot of change and transformation and understanding and growth. And I always like to take a rest. So that's what the Four of Swords means for me. It's like, take a deep breath. Don't feed more into it than you have to. Let stuff go. And then, of course, this is what the outcome and the whole total end of it all, if we do this work and we identify at least with some of it. An emotional phase or domestic development, eclipse in Cancer, acceptance, right? It's about acceptance, and the eclipse in Cancer is an eclipse with our emotions, right? A total eclipse of the heart, right? Big heart changes, big heart openings. And what I pulled were the Queen of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, and underlying was the Tower. So after learning about all this, right, this isn't all going to happen, I'm going to say, in the next week. This is going to happen, I'm going to say, in 6 months. This is going to take 6 months before you get to acceptance of all this crap. And good stuff. It keeps you going because you learn a lot. You learn to be your own hero. You learn to learn compassion. You learn to have a change of heart. You learn to be vulnerable. You learn to know your power and what fuels you. And an eclipse is, like I said, it's the coming of the moon covering the sun, so the sun can enlighten the moon. And the Queen of Cups is all about intuition, guidance, direction. She knows her stuff. She's a whole person. Or if it's a man looking, it's a man too. It's whoever it is. And it's about not focusing on the Five of Cups, it's disappointment. It's disappointment. It's accepting your disappointment. It's about accepting your broken heart. It's about accepting the Five of Swords, admitting complete defeat. No more fight. It's about surrendering to win. And that's what the Tower does. It breaks down those belief systems so that we can surrender to win. And we can accept circumstances and things in our lives so we can have all these rewards. So, I want to thank you for being patient with me and understanding. And I've gone over because this, the Celtic Cross always takes longer for me to read because it's so much more in depth than the 3-card spread. But I owed it to you for you waiting for so long. And if no one has told you they love you today, well, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.